In the relentless world of global commerce, most companies are built to survive the quarter. Amazon was built to own the century. To understand the business blueprint of this trillion-dollar titan, you must first understand a single, uncompromising philosophy that Jeff Bezos calls Day One. In the Amazonian headquarters, there is no room for the complacency of Day Two. Day Two is stasis. Day Two is followed by irrelevance, then a painful decline, and finally, death. This obsession with permanent infancy is what allowed a small online bookstore to transform into the invisible plumbing of the modern world. At the heart of this empire lies the flywheel. Imagine a massive obsidian wheel, so heavy it takes months of agonizing effort just to move it an inch. But for Amazon, every effort was a push in the same direction. Lower prices attract more customers. More customers attract third-party sellers. A larger selection improves the customer experience, which in turn allows for even lower prices through economies of scale. For 2 decades, Amazon operated with a radical indifference to profits, funneling every cent of cash flow back into the wheel. By the time the world realized what was happening, the flywheel was spinning with such kinetic energy that it created its own gravitational pull, an inescapable force that dismantled the retail industry as we knew it. While the world was focused on the brown boxes arriving at their doorsteps, Jeff Bezos was quietly building the most profitable secret in corporate history: Amazon Web Services. AWS was born from a radical insight. The same massive computing infrastructure Amazon built to handle its own retail surges could be rented out to the rest of the world. Today, AWS is the invisible nervous system of the modern internet. From Netflix to NASA, the digital world doesn't just use Amazon. It lives inside Amazon's servers. This transformed the business blueprint of the company from a store into a utility, the digital equivalent of electricity or water. AWS created a cash cow of unprecedented scale, generating high-margin profits that Amazon then used as a strategic weapon. These billions in cloud profits allowed Amazon to subsidize its retail dominance, offering prices and shipping speeds that would bankrupt any other competitor. This is the ultimate defensive mode. While other retailers are fighting for pennies in the dirt, Amazon is making a fortune in the clouds. In this empire, owning the store is good, but owning the ground the store is built on is true sovereignty. They aren't just playing the game, they own the casino, the chips, and the air the players breathe. To the casual observer, Amazon is a digital interface, a simple button on a glowing screen. But behind that Buy Now button lies the most complex, terrifyingly efficient physical machine ever constructed by human hands. This is the last mile, the final, brutal frontier of global commerce, and Amazon has conquered it by declaring war on the concept of friction. While traditional retailers were struggling to manage warehouses, Amazon was busy building a private postal service that now rivals the infrastructure of entire nations. They realized early on that in a world of instant gratification, speed is not just a luxury, it is a weapon of attrition. Step inside an Amazon fulfillment center and you won't see a warehouse, you will see a cathedral of mathematics. Here, a robotic ballet is performed 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Thousands of Orange Drive units glide across polished floors with surgical precision, moving millions of inventory items in a dance orchestrated by an omnipresent artificial intelligence. This AI doesn't just react to orders, it predicts them. It knows what you will want before your own brain has fully formed the desire, moving products to local hubs weeks before the click even happens. But the business blueprint goes deeper than automation. It is about vertical integration on a scale that would make the industrial titans of the 19th century blush. Amazon owns the planes in the sky, the massive cargo ships crossing the Pacific, the long-haul trucks on the highways, and the local vans in your neighborhood. By owning every single link in the chain, they have eliminated the middleman and turned the cost of shipping once their greatest liability into their most impenetrable defensive moat. They have mastered the physical internet. In this realm, every warehouse is a node in a global brain, every package is a data point, and every second saved is $1 added to the most powerful compounding machine in history. They didn't just build a delivery network, they built a global nervous system that has made the rest of the world's logistics look like a relic of a bygone era. While the world was captivated by the physical delivery of goods, Amazon was quietly perfecting a much more subtle form of alchemy, the conversion of human intention into pure, high-margin profit. For years, Google owned the search for information and Meta owned the search for connection, but Amazon owned the search for the purchase. They possess the most valuable dataset in the history of capitalism, the exact moment a consumer decides to spend money. This is the business blueprint of their advertising empire, a division that has silently grown into a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut, rivaling the power of the tech world's biggest ad platforms. Unlike its competitors, Amazon doesn't have to guess what you might like based on your likes or your browsing history. They know exactly what you buy, how often you buy it, and what price makes you click Add to Cart. This is data sovereignty at its peak. They have turned their marketplace into a high-stakes auction house where brands must pay for the privilege of being seen. This creates a secondary, invisible flywheel. The more products Amazon sells, the more data it collects. The more data it collects, the more effective its advertising becomes. The more effective the advertising, the more brands are forced to spend. This advertising revenue is nearly pure profit, and in the grand strategy of the empire, it serves as another layer of financial armor. It allows Amazon to keep its retail prices razor-thin, suffocating competitors who don't have a high-margin data engine to back them up. They have mastered the psychology of the buy box. By controlling the algorithm that decides which product is shown to the customer, Amazon has become the ultimate gatekeeper of the digital economy. In this world, you are not just a customer, you are a data point in a vast self-learning organism that knows your desires better than you do. In the grand strategy of the Amazon empire, there is no tool more potent than the Prime ecosystem. Most companies see a loyalty program as a way to give discounts. Amazon sees it as a psychological trap of convenience. This is the business blueprint of the lock-in effect. When a customer pays an annual fee for Prime, a profound shift occurs in their subconscious. They no longer ask, "Where's the best place to buy this?" They ask, "Is this on Amazon?" The sunk cost of the membership fee transforms from an expense into a mandate to consume. Amazon has masterfully engineered a state of decision zero. By bundling streaming, music, storage, and free shipping into a single subscription, they have created a digital walled garden that is increasingly painful to leave. Every additional service added to Prime is another brick in a massive defensive wall. They have weaponized human laziness, turning the friction of shopping elsewhere into a psychological barrier that few are willing to cross. But the ruthlessness of this ecosystem doesn't stop at the consumer. It extends to the third-party sellers who provide the lifeblood of the marketplace. These sellers are part of a high-stakes deal with the devil. They gain access to Amazon's massive audience, but in exchange, they must hand over their data, their logistics, and ultimately, their autonomy. Amazon watches which products succeed, collects the data, and then with cold, algorithmic precision, launches its own Amazon Basics version to undercut the very partners that built the category. This is the dark side of the flywheel, an ecosystem that is both a nursery for new brands and a graveyard for those that grow too large. In this empire, you are either a part of the machine or you are fuel for it. As we look toward the horizon, it becomes clear that Amazon's business blueprint is not merely about retail or the cloud or even logistics. It is about becoming the operating system of modern life. From the medical data in your health records to the satellites providing global internet, and the artificial intelligence managing your home, Amazon is weaving itself into the very fabric of human existence. They are moving beyond the digital screen and into the physical biology and cosmic infrastructure of our species. This is the ultimate evolution of the day one mindset. While other titans are content with market dominance, Amazon is obsessed with sovereignty. By entering healthcare, they seek to own the data of your body. By launching Project Kuiper, they seek to own the data of the sky. And by pioneering autonomous robotics, they seek to own the movement of the world. They understand that in the future, wealth will not be measured by what you sell, but by the systems you control. But every empire of this scale faces a final, existential question. Can a machine this vast, this efficient, and this relentless remain human? Or will the obsession with frictionless efficiency eventually consume the very culture that created it? For now, the flywheel continues to spin, faster, and more powerful with every passing second. Jeff Bezos' garage experiment has become a global sovereign, a trillion-dollar organism that never sleeps and never settles. You are living in the world that Amazon built. The question is no longer whether you will use the machine, but whether you can imagine a world without it. The blueprint is complete, the momentum is unstoppable, and for Amazon, it is still and will always be day one.